I think it's safe to say that my predictions video was the worst on the internet. Every single pick was wrong. My bracket is already 100% busted. And not only were all my picks wrong, all my picks got swept. That is absolutely insane, absolutely horrible. But we do have updates in the 2023 postseason picture. The Minnesota Twins, for the first time in I don't remember when, maybe 1991, I'm not sure, but they won a playoff series by beating the Blue Jays with a sweep. The Rangers, behind Jordan Montgomery in Game 1, beat the Rays and swept the Rays. In Game 2, it was Nathan Eovaldi who stepped up with 6 2/3 strong. The youngster Evan Carter goes deep in the 4th inning. Adolis Garcia also homered, and they won 7-1 in Game 2. The Diamondbacks showed up against the Brewers. I talked about how exciting I thought the Brewers were. Well, it looked like the exact opposite in that series. The D-backs looked exciting with Ketel Marte coming through big time in that series. Obviously, the youngster Corbin Carroll was amazing. Zach Gallen and the rest of the pitching staff, phenomenal to sweep the Brewers in that series. And then finally, I went out on a limb. I decided to pick the underdog with Miami. I'm not really surprised I didn't get that one, but damn, I didn't get any of them. But the Miami Marlins get swept by the Philadelphia Phillies. The Marlins pitching staff was not very sharp at all. I thought that Braxton would go out there and pitch well. He didn't. Aaron Nola did. And the Phillies had really no issues. So now moving forward, just to give a quick preview and some thoughts here on these next series, although my thoughts are completely invalid after getting completely destroyed on the wild card series and missing every game. But then again, just go ahead and consider the opposite of what I say to be the reality, and you'll be just fine. But anyway, all jokes aside, things are looking pretty exciting here. It is going to be a rivalry matchup, Dodgers versus Diamondbacks. Last year, the Padres were able to oust the Dodgers in 4 games in the NLDS, but will the 100-win Dodgers let that happen again, taking on an 84-win Diamondbacks team? It seems unlikely, especially in a best-of-5, but you never know. The Diamondbacks are a really exciting team. They've had a great year, and they feel confident, I'm sure. Clayton Kershaw will be pitching in Game 1. The rookie Bobby Miller will be most likely pitching in Game 2 with Lance Lynn in Game 3. The Dodgers rotation has taken a hit. The lineup is not quite as stacked as usual, but it still has star after star. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy, the list goes on and on. Will Smith, JD Martinez. We know the Dodgers are still very much stacked, but again, Corbin Carroll, Christian Walker, Merrill Kelly. Diamondbacks got a good team of their own. I think the Dodgers are the clear favorite in this series, but I'm definitely excited to check this one out. This is the most exciting as a Giants fan, National League West fan. So we'll see what happens here with the Diamondbacks and Dodgers. If I had to pick, I would take the Dodgers, but that's not a good sign, Dodgers fans. Dodgers fans like, yeah, nice pick, man. No, actually, whoever I pick is wrong. So I'm taking the Dodgers. Phillies Braves, you got a wild card team that made it to the World Series last year as a wild card team, and that's the Phillies. And you know that they are thinking, this time we're winning it all. This is the National League champs. The Braves might be considered the best team in baseball with the best record, but the Phillies are the defending National League champions. So really, it's going to be a fun series because both teams look like they're in a position to try to move on. I mean, both teams have reasons to think that they are going to win it all this year. The Braves have to be considered favorites just because their 2023 roster is completely stacked. They have so much power. The lineup is so potent with Matt Olson, Acuna Jr., Marcell Ozuna, Austin Riley, Ozzie Albies, then a very deep rotation with Max Fried and Spencer Strider, of course, Charlie Morton, of course, and then Raisel Iglesias coming out of the bullpen. It's a very well-rounded, powerful team. But the Phillies also have superstars with Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, etc. Young talent as well. Good pitching as well with Wheeler and Nola. So this one's going to be a battle of superstars on both ends. If you just love superstar talent, this is going to be a fun series. Phillies, Braves. Braves, again, favorites. Phillies as National League champions. And they have a very stacked team as well. I think are going to be very motivated in this series. I think it's going to go 2, probably at least 4, probably 5 games, and can't wait to watch it. Again, if I had to pick this one, I got to give the edge to the Braves. They're just so good, just so unstoppable. But I do think the Phillies will win some as well, and it's going to be a hard-fought series. Minnesota Twins have done it. The last time they've won just a game in the postseason was 2004, much less a series. So incredibly, the Twins have finally done it. The one time I finally predict against them, they actually get it done, and they are moving on, brushing aside the Blue Jays. They're going to be taking on the champions. Royce Lewis looks to do damage with those 2 home runs in the wild card series. Carlos Correa also against his old team, looking to lead his new team deeper into the postseason, perhaps eventually to the World Series. But the Astros are 90-game winners. Obviously, all the regulars are back. Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman, Yordan Alvarez, Kyle Tucker, Verlander, and et cetera, a stacked team behind Dusty Baker. I would normally say they are definitely the favorites. I think they have that stacked roster, but hey, who knows? The Twins won that final. They finally broke the ice there. They won a playoff series. This is a team that's been good for a while. They won 100 games back 2 or 3 years ago. The Twins are constantly at the top of the American League Central, but they just can't get anywhere in the playoffs. So now they have, so who knows, maybe this will snowball. They'll end up winning this series, maybe getting back to the World Series. I think there will be some upset somewhere in the division series. So I'm going to go ahead and take it here as a pick. But again, my picks have been wrong every time. But I'll take the Twins moving on against the Astros. I think they're a team that's not like packed with superstars, but just not a lot of soft spots, not a ton of weak spots. And they got some guys I really like on that team, including Donovan Solano, a former Giants player who can just barrel up everything. So that's going to be a fun series, though. But then you have the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles to finish it off in the ALDS. All these youngsters for the first time in the postseason. Henderson, Rutschman, etc. for the Baltimore Orioles. Going to be so fun to see all them out there while the Rangers bring out their absolutely stacked team. Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, of course, who they signed a couple of years back, and now they have added pitching with Jordan Montgomery, Nathan Eovaldi. Have some injury issues that weaken their team a little bit with the obvious lack right now of Max Scherzer. I'm hearing rumors that he might be gearing up for a return, maybe even during this playoff, but we'll see on that. I'm not sure, but obviously the Rangers proved what they can do against the Rays. I picked the Rays just because the Rays just seem to always show up no matter what. Their style of baseball, it just seems like they were due for another push all the way to the World Series, especially after their fantastic season, winning 99 games. But as it turns out, the Rangers won, and now with the Rangers in Baltimore, I think I love this Baltimore team. Wouldn't be too surprised to see the Rangers take them out. But it's going to be so fun to see all these guys in the postseason for the first time. And who knows, obviously the Orioles could move. The Orioles could be the last team standing, win it all. But I have to give the edge to the Rangers. I'll take the Rangers to move on in that series. So I got Rangers versus Twins and Braves versus Dodgers in the National League. We'll see. And from there, I don't even know if I should continue from there. But if that happens, we'll talk about it then. I'll give you my prediction kind of as we go now, because my original bracket was so bad that I kind of don't even feel it's necessary to go much deeper than that. So let me know what you think, though. That's what we're at so far. Really fun playoff series. A lot of fun player, a lot of great teams in this one, and really exciting to see what happens here as we continue on into the 2023 postseason. We get closer to the Fall Classic. We will have some play-by-play for you right here on the Humm Baby Baseball channel, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know what games you're interested in, and I'll start prepping. We're going to have some play-by-play right here and more updates as we move on. So there you go. 2023 postseason, the wild card round in the books, sweeps all the way, and every single pick I got wrong.